I'm on my way to the doctor to see if I can get approved to go back to work, and hanging out waiting for the bus. One thing I learned last night is that you can't binge watch Making a Murderer and keep up a daily vlog. Doctor gave me the okay to head to go to work today, and I'm glad I'm going home. Went in for a half day of work today. I got approval from my doctor late in the morning that said I was okay to go back to work. It was good getting back into the job. I got a lot of catch up to do, and being sick didn't really help that. And it's a good thing that I was able to kind of ease myself into it, because I'm still dealing with this sinus infection, and the doctor says it could be going on for like the next 2 weeks, so that's a bit of a pain. One kind of surprising thing was coming home, just dealing with the Redline nuttiness. Haven't been on the train during rush hour for a couple of weeks, and kind of forgot how it can get kind of nutty on the red line, and pretty interesting. Today I'm going to talk briefly about nuttiness on the CTA. I've been out of town for a few days, and I've been sick for a few days, so I haven't really been on a CTA for almost 2 weeks. And there's just little things about the red line that you just kind of forget. So, nuttiness on the CTA. So on the CTA, there's basically 3 things that are gonna disturb your ride on the red line. There's gonna be the Chicago Transit Challenged. And then they're going to be the righteous. And then the third element that's going to bother you on the CTA is sales. So here's our little diagram. The transit challenged are basically anybody who's from out of town or anybody who doesn't normally take the CTA. This could also include people that don't really know how to behave. For example, I got on the train today, and there was this one guy that said something about people grabbing his ass, and nobody wants to touch anybody else on the CTA. The second group that can cause a problem is the righteous. And the righteous can include anybody that, basically preaches to the CTA or preaches to passengers, and, they're reading from the Bible, or, maybe they catch someone and they just try and, read them the riot act about what they think is wrong with the CTA, and you don't know them. You didn't really start a conversation with them, and all of a sudden they're talking to you about, well, if people don't get out of my way, I'm going to knock them over. I mean, we're all trying to get there together, and we're all going to, it's a cooperative thing. We're all going to make sure that everybody can get off the train. Nobody purposefully blocks people from getting off the train. But the righteous, they just, I don't know, it's like they got this thing. And the last group is sales. And sales is basically anybody who's trying to earn a living on the train. So you got people that are, trying to sell stuff on the train, which is pretty much illegal. And then you have people that are trying to sell some story, like they say that they're blind, or they say that they need to get something to eat, or they need a sandwich, or, there's just a million stories. And I'm sorry, the truth is that most of them are stories. Now, when I'm asked for money, I'll listen to what they have to say. 9 times out of 10, I'll say, no, I don't have any money. But there's a rare occasion where someone will tell me a story that's good enough that regardless of whether or not they're telling me is the truth, I buy into that story enough to give them some change or give them $1. But generally, I just feel that it's not the right way to go. I mean, if you've got money to hand out to people, I could definitely use some. I definitely need some cash to, make some films, and, I try to send my dad money when I can. But yeah, I mean, I guess to each their own. So yeah, that's the nuttiness that happens on the CTA. You've got the transit challenged, you've got the righteous, and you've got the salespeople. So watch out there, Chicago.